Hello everyone, my name is Clantis and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But before we get into the video, please smash the like button for me and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And don't forget to watch the ads. Also guys, let's go to Bloemfontein Magistrates Court where Thabo Bester and 11 others appeared there. Why? Because of Thabo Bester escape, and those people helped him to escape from a 5-year sentence for the murder of a model, as well as forcing himself on other girls as a business apparently that he was doing back in 2011 or so. But anyways guys, out of this appearance, 3 accused who are now former accused. That is the name of Nastassja Jansen, yes, as well as Tabang Mir and Moeketsi Ramadula were also acquitted of the charges, which were arson, aiding and abetting, as well as defeating the ends of justice. And I'm not quite sure what other charges were. They were relieved from them because the state withdrew the charges against them. But the state did not give reasons as to why it's withdrawing the case against them. However, though, you and I have discussed this before, especially with Nastassja Jansen. Nastassja Jansen, if you ever watch our channel, congratulations. We always believed in your innocence, because those men that you worked with, they're scumbags of the earth. Yes, I said it. Even though they are still going to go through a trial, for me, that is just downright evil, that you would do something like what you are accused of, and knowing fully well that your colleague is not involved in any way, and you are quiet even during investigations. Why don't you tell the investigator that, oh, by the way, we did not tell one of our lady co-worker that she was not part of it. Of course, they denied it. I know. Before you come for me, I know what I'm saying. But the point that I'm trying to make is how can you sleep at night knowing very well that there's one of you, now 3 people that were innocent of all of this saga that is taking place, that you benefited from, knowing fully well that Nastassja Jansen did not get a cent out of it. And I don't think if she was told about this, that is why they didn't tell her, because she is a straight and narrow type of human being. She would not have agreed to this. As a matter of fact, I think she would have went and reported them. Oh, by the way, sidebar, Nastassja Jansen, if you ever want to talk about your story, you can DM me right on Instagram. It's Clantis_Dumagute. Trust me, I will come to you in Bloemfontein. We will have a sit down and we will talk about your story, because I believe that your reputation, your character has been tarnished, so you can fix it. YouTube is a powerful platform to fix that. So call me. Consider me. Not SABC, ELC. Consider me. Thank you. No, I'm serious. I am actually serious. Anyways, let's continue. So that drama in court. So the court was delayed. It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. And then we heard, at first we heard like like rumors that Dr. Magudumanana is ill. Little did we know that it was actually far worse than being ill. It started at Kroonstad prison. Apparently, in Kroonstad prison, she did make arrangements that she would like to appear virtually rather than physically in court. I don't know what happened, but the next thing that they did, while knowing fully well, this is Kroonstad, knowing fully well that she was ill, they threw her in a van naked. They just wrapped a blanket around her and threw her in a van, and then off it went to Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. If this is true, this is inhumane. Yes, I know how you feel about what's her name, Dr. Nandipha Magudumanana, but she's still a human being too. Yes, I know. Don't come for me. I know she did heinous crimes that she is actually attending to ensure that she gets a befitting punishment for the burning or possibly even murdering of Katlego Bereng. But now that she's a person of the living, there are rights that all of us have to enjoy. Constitutional rights like dignity. Very important that our dignity it is, what do you call this? It is respected. Irrespective of what a scumbag of the earth I am, you still have to respect my dignity. So if this is true that she was thrown in a police van naked, only wrapped with a blanket, then that was inhumane. And then apparently when she got to Bloemfontein, a magistrate's court holding cells, she collapsed. And as a result of that, the court could not start at 9 a.m. as it was scheduled. But they said it will start around 11:30, while doctors came to examine her. So we found out that she was actually feeling a little bit better, but she was still lying on the floor, according to her attorney. I don't know what is lying on the floor means. I'm not sure if the holding cells do have a bed, or you just stand and wait to be taken up from the dungeon. And I don't know. I don't know exactly how those cells look like. I have no interest in knowing how those cells look like either. But apparently she was lying on the floor ill. That's what we were told. I'm not sure if she was attended to by a doctor or anything like that. However, though, around 11:30, the court commenced without Dr. Nandipha Magudumanana being present. Thabo Bester was there looking his best. And I could also see in the SABC live chat people that are attracted to him saying some things. I still think those people are bots. I still think those people, this is like paid people to say things like that as a PR stunt. I don't know if for the whole Bester saga or for Nandipha Magudumanana, I'm not quite sure. That stuff is stuff that I ignore, and but it was quite interesting to also read. So, of course, the state, as I said, it did stand up and withdrew the case against Nastassja, Jansen, Thabang, as well as Moeketsi from this Thabo Bester escape saga, but issued indictments on 9 accused of the escape of Thabo Bester. That also included Thabo Bester, and the state, together with the magistrates and Nandipha Magudumanana's lawyers, had to go down the dungeon basically to serve her with the indictment and also roll her fingerprints in order for this matter to be transferred to the High Court. And I think, I'm not quite sure if I got the date correctly. Please comment down below. Is it the 31st of January 2024 or the 21st of February 2024 the pre-trial is going to be held? That means that now this case is no longer going to be held at this court anymore, but is being transferred to the Bloemfontein High Court. And I think the senior prosecutor that was present today is the one that is going to be prosecuting this case at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. I could be wrong, I'm not sure, but the way she was speaking, I could tell that she is the one that's going to be prosecuting, and I kind of like her somehow. I like that woman. I think she reminded me of one of my teachers. I'm not quite sure if it's my English teacher or my geography teacher or my science teacher. I'm trying to think which of the three that she reminds me of, and I used to like those teachers as well. Actually, I liked all my teachers, but I loved particular teachers. And I think she reminded me of one of them. I'm not quite sure which one, because I was in matric 23 years ago. Yeah, I matriculated in year 2000. So don't calculate my age. Don't calculate my age. Okay? So before the indictment, there was drama. Another one. Thabo Bester had 2 sets of legal teams. And I was like, what? How is that even possible? He basically pulled the carpet under the feet of his previous lawyers, the ones that appeared in his last appearance, when he came with an advocate by the name of Jan Lobster. Is it Philip Lobster's son? I know in the white community, when the father is the lawyer, the son also follows, especially if they are Jews, because the law thing runs in the bloodline. It's a good thing, because that's what I would have done as well. If I was a lawyer and a judge, I would have wanted my children to follow in my footsteps. So now I'm not quite sure if Jan Lobster is Philip Lobster's son. But anyways, he came with, I almost said Philip Lobster, came with Jan Lobster, who, of course, put it on record that he's here to represent Thabo Bester. While Thabo Bester's lawyer, I think his name is it Katleho? Oh my goodness, what's the name of Kabelo? Sorry, it's Kabelo. I forgot the surname. Yeah, while Kabelo is sitting there, and he actually stood up and said, I'm confused because he was never issued with a notice of termination, let alone he withdrawing from this case. And yet Thabo Bester already has a new legal team. And then the magistrate wanted clarification from Thabo Bester and asked him to stand up and explain himself. And so he did. He dropped a bombshell. And I was like, whoa, okay, let's go for it. Let's hear you, Thabo Bester. And Thabo Bester started name dropping. Advocate Zandile Mshololo, Advocate Dani Mpofu, of course with Jan Lobster. And then he said, okay, I will also use Kabelo as the instructing attorney. He's going to have to work together with these three advocates. And in my mind, I was like, wait a minute, let's go back a little bit. You hired who? Advocate Zandile Mshololo. I was like, you go, girl, this trial is actually exposing all of y'all for future big profile or high profile cases. I'm happy for her. And then I was like, wow, this is going to be a heavy legal team that is Thabo Bester's. And by the way, here's another side note. Advocate Mshololo, I'm sure you have heard, maybe you watch my videos, I'm not sure. If you do watch my videos, you can hire me as, you know, that guy who sits outside and look at things in my own way, rubbing my two IQs, because I think I have ideas how you can actually get Thabo Bester off the hook. And I'm talking off the hook. Okay, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come, because I don't want Thabo Bester to escape again. Sorry. I don't. No, I'm serious. I do not want Thabo Bester to escape through the law this time around. I think he's a vile human being who actually committed heinous crimes against women. And no, that was a joke, by the way. Don't take it serious. That was a huge joke. I withdraw. Okay? I withdraw. Advocate Mshololo, please don't contact me. Thank you. So, of course, I think it's Advocate Kabelo. Is it an advocate or an attorney? He actually told the court that he doesn't think it's going to be possible in law to be working with these legal team that Thabo Bester has just announced. I understand that they are still going to come to the court and put their names on record that they are the ones that are going to be representing Thabo Bester. But I still feel that Thabo Bester did Kabelo very wrong. He should at least call him and said, listen, I am thinking of doing 1, 2, 3 during consultation. Don't they consult? I don't understand that. So like I said, after the indictments of all the accused, there are 9 of them now because 3 have been acquitted. Nastassja Jansen being one of them. I'm so happy for her. Congratulations once again, ma'am. We always believed in your innocence. Always. Always. So, like I said, a date was set down for a pre-trial in 2024. I think it is the 31st of Jan, if not the 21st of Feb 2024. So now we are about to see the action where we are going to get the truth. What exactly happened? But here are my thoughts about what transpired today at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. Let's start with Nandipha's illness. If you remember very well, Nandipha Magudumanana appeared in court because she wanted bail, and then part of her bail, evidence, she mentioned that she was kidnapped by Thabo Bester. So now I'm thinking, maybe she did not tell Thabo Bester that this is the strategy that I'm thinking I'm going to go with. I think she kind of like put a fast one on Thabo Bester. And I'm not saying that she's not ill. I'm not saying that she's not ill. But I'm just thinking, because this lady, anything is possible, and she has shown dishonesty numerous times. So I'm thinking maybe she was afraid because she is accused number 4, and then Thabo Bester is accused number 5, and they would have to sit next to each other like the last appearance that we saw them, and they were all lovey-dovey, and then they reminded us how beautiful love is, even when you are jailbirds and all that stuff. We're all mushy inside because love is beautiful, right? Irrespective of where it comes from, as far as I'm concerned. I think she put a fast one on Thabo Bester, and she could not face him today. And so she needed to come up with a strategy, because If she was ill, when did the illness start? When did the symptoms start? Did they start yesterday, last week? What the case is going on? What exactly is she ill with? Is it flu? Is it, again, I would ask, I know it's not right to ask a lady if she's pregnant, but is she pregnant? Because if she is pregnant, then, okay, I think I believe that she may have fallen ill, do a trimester, those trimester illnesses that pregnant women do go under or go through. I don't know. And then that's just my suspicion. I'm not saying it's true that she's not ill. I'm just thinking that she could not gather her strength to face Thabo Bester after she practically threw him under the bus and accused him of kidnapping her. And then, of course, let's talk about Nastassja Jansen. Nastassja Jansen, many videos that I have done. This is the beginning of me doing this type of videos where I said this lady does not look like she has a clue what she's doing in court or why she's even accused of the escape of Thabo Bester. She just looked like, that's how she looked like okay. And then I think she believed that the truth was going to prevail at some point. And I have thought that this case would have been long time withdrawn because even the investigating officer admitted that there were no traces of her involvement in the escape of Thabo Bester, defeating the ends of justice, let alone arson. And then what are my feelings about Advocate Zandile Mshololo being on Thabo Bester's team? She's an advocate. It's her job. I know that from what I've been hearing, a lawyer cannot turn away a client. The moment a client comes to you and says, I need representation, and the moment they start talking about what they want to be represented about, you are now the lawyer. You cannot turn them away. Do correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I think it's in law that the moment a consultation has begun, that is now your client. You can always stop the person from talking before they tell you what they are there for. That way you can reject them even before they start telling you what the issue is. So many people might actually have an issue with Advocate Mshololo representing Thabo Bester, but you must also understand that the accused has rights as well, right of representation, and that is why there is even legal aid. Legal aid is provided for people who cannot afford, or accused people that cannot afford a lawyer. Why? Because it's a constitutional right for a person to have legal representation. I think that is also falls under Section 35 of the Constitution. So let's not have an attitude towards Advocate Zandile Mshololo because she's now representing Thabo Bester in this trial. I understand that. I have no issue with her being the legal representative of Thabo Bester. I also do not have a problem with Nandipha being the legal representative of Thabo Bester. I just feel like this is a heavy legal team that possibly could get Thabo Bester off the hook. Possibly. Because that's how incredibly experienced, especially Nandipha. And then let's talk about Thabo Bester himself. I think Thabo Bester is a bully of some sort. I think he has kind of like kwachaz. I don't know what you call that in English. That is why he's able to bring in a new legal team without telling his old legal team that I'm actually firing you in style here. I know you and I are consulting, but I have not told you that there's the door. I think it's a person who actually doesn't have any sort of moral fiber in his body, because you ought to know that there are applications that needs to be put forward when you want to terminate the services of your lawyer. Why didn't you do that? And then I'm not quite sure why Advocate Mshololo, as well as Advocate Nandipha, as well as Advocate Lobster, did not question or at least find out from Thabo Bester if he has already served notice of termination on his old legal team. But that's just my thought. Other than that, guys, I think this is it with what had happened at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court in the Thabo Bester escape saga. I'm glad now that we are going to trial. How long this trial do I think is going to last? I'm giving it 2 years, if not 3. Yeah, I'm giving it somewhere around there, because I still think there are more people that needs to be arrested than the 9 people that I understand right now. There are more. The big fish that we always called for, is it ever going to be forthcoming? I don't think so, but I still think we're going to keep getting sardines that are going to be thrown at us to try and appease us. And then while the big fish just continue, looking for new victims and then screwing up with our moral fiber of this country, degenerating South Africa even further down the line of corrupt country, basically. Other than that, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like anyways. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the YouTube channel, this very one, and supporting it financially. I highly appreciate you guys so very much. Also, leave me a comment down below and let me know what did you think about Thabo Bester's appearance and the illness of Dr. Nandipha Magudumanana, as well as the 3 accused who are no longer accused being acquitted of this case. How do you feel about Nastassja Jansen being freed finally? And also share this video far and wide. Don't forget to also support other YouTubers. Let me not put it that way. Also, don't forget to smash the like button on other YouTubers' videos and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.